This is a presentation on an individual who faced a challenge due to a barrier in communication. I chose Julian Napravnik, a player on my hockey team here at MSU. Julian's from Bad Nauheim, Germany, and in Germany they start studying English at a pretty young age, around 9 or 10, but that's very different than being immersed in a country completely foreign to you and trying to learn their language. This image here shows that about 62% of the population in Germany speaks English, as opposed to less than 1% of the US population speaking German. When Julian was 18 years old, he moved to Des Moines, Iowa, and started playing for a US hockey team. On that team, no one spoke German besides one other player, and that was his roommate. When I asked him about some of the challenges he faced when he got to the US, they separated themselves into three categories that we actually studied this semester. So the first was listening. Specifically, he said the hard part was understanding slang. In our culture, we've developed words that aren't in the dictionary and aren't studied in other languages, so that's definitely an adjustment to make when you come to the US or go to any new country for that matter. I think a good example is rap music, so I attached a picture of Eminem here. I've been speaking English my entire life and I can hardly understand what they're saying in some of the rap songs. So I imagine that's similar to being in a new country, having a small amount of knowledge about that language. Next were challenges in speaking. Julian said that his vocabulary was very limited when he first got here, so a lot of the times he would get caught up either trying to pronounce a word or think of the correct word for the situation. This also affected his confidence because if you don't know what to say and how to say it all the time, it's going to make you a lot more quiet and shy away from conversation. And this really has an impact on your everyday life. So, first of all, he's living with a family that he doesn't know and doesn't speak his language. So, adjusting to just talking about what you want for dinner and how your day went is going to be different than living with a family that speaks your language. You needed to communicate with teammates. Your team is a really tight bond, and in order to create those interpersonal relationships, you need to be able to talk and bond with each other. Communicating with coaches. You have coaches who are trying to teach you a sport and develop you into a better player, but some of their terminology may be foreign to you, and that's going to make that a lot more difficult. Something as simple as ordering food. Our culture has different foods than Germany, so understanding what's available to you might be a problem if you don't know the language. Getting to know new people. If it's hard to communicate with your team who you're comfortable with, it's going to be really hard to reach out and get to know strangers. I asked Julian to describe the experience in three different words, and he used hard, fun, and useful. I think that's really accurate because obviously a communication barrier is going to be difficult, but knowing that he could overcome that and learn from it, I think made it fun. And obviously, as you can see here, it was very useful. Today, Julian's playing Division I hockey here at MSU. He's going to receive a degree from a US university, and he's fully bilingual. Thank you.